This is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm presenting to you the best CATTI-BRIE build for Dark Alliance. This build is amazing, guys. Not only does it do a ton of damage, but it also gives you a lot of survivability. In addition to that, this build has you playing in 4 different categories. Not only can you play solo, you can play multiplayer, plus you get 2 additional abilities that you are able to pick up anywhere else. And today we're going to be talking about how you're able to do all that. So if all this sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated, and let's take a look at the build. So like always, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our character menu. So our character menu looks like this. Let's talk about what we have available. So currently right now, with the armor that I currently have right now, my combat power is 3,944. It's not even at 4,000, and I'm still able to do every single mission in the game without needing any assistance playing solo, and I'm able to do a ton of damage when I'm playing as a multiplayer as well. So what exactly do we have for our attributes? Our 2 main attributes here that we're going for is this one right here, Constitution. This is going to be extremely important because that's going to allow you to boost the stamina for CATTI-BRIE. One of the biggest problems that Catty has is she runs out of stamina very, very frequently, and this makes her go very, very slow. And plus, when she uses her arrow, her bow and arrow, she also loses stamina. So having this at max capacity is extremely important, and one that I highly recommend you invest in and try to get it 30. The next one I want to recommend is called Intelligence. I like to call it Intellect, but Intelligence. This one is going to pretty much provide you a boost to elemental damage, which is extremely, extremely important. In addition to that, it's also going to reduce your cooldown timer. So you get both of those worlds. Not only are you going to be doing a lot of elemental damage, which her primary focal point is on that, but you're also able to reduce the cooldown. The next one that you want to spend a little bit more on is Dexterity. This is where you're going to be getting your crit chance, which is going to be boosted up a lot. And of course, Strength is always good to have because whenever you get rushed by ads, you can always hit them a couple times with the karate kicks, and that does a ton of damage. So now that you understand the build and you know where to spend your attribute points, let's take a look at our equipment. Before we take a look at the equipment, though, I do want to let you guys know what usables we're going to be using and which ones you should be spending your points on. So for usables, guys, we're picking up this one, which is the one that restores 90% of your health. We're also picking up this one, which is going to give us a restore of our ultimate power really fast. Then we're also going to be picking up the stamina potion. This is because whenever we run out of stamina, it's always good to have this one and get our stamina back. In addition to that, we're also picking up this one, which is going to give us the ability cooldown reduction for 30 seconds. So we'll be able to get our abilities fast. We're going to be spamming a lot of abilities, getting our health back, and doing a ton of damage. Now, our abilities that we're using, and the ones I recommend you use throughout the whole game, you don't even need to change these up at all. And this is where we're going to be picking up some of the abilities that I mentioned, 2 hidden abilities that you don't have to compensate for. So we're going to be picking up health. So this one's going to allow us to put like a little banner and get our health back. We're also picking up this one, which is called Heart Seeker Volley. This is going to be extremely important because this is going to do 2 primary things. Number one, it's going to allow us to do crowd control, because when this is actually dropping, the enemies are staggering, they're staying away, becoming very slow. This is going to give us the ability to lay on waste on them. And theoretically, with this one, you can pretty much one-shot almost everything once they're getting hit by this and you're doing the damage with your bow. Next but not least, we're going to be running in Snare. Now, we're not picking up Snare, but we're actually using this with one of our abilities in our combos, which I'll explain how that works later. And that's about it. So that's what we have for our abilities. Now let's take a look at the armor. So for our quiver, guys, we're running the Barbarian Diplomat Quiver. Now the reason we're running this one is because it gives us 3 boosts to 3 things that I think are extremely important. It gives us a boost to Intelligence, once again, giving us a faster cooldown. And in addition to that, giving us damage with our elements. Number 2, one that we're doing is Constitution. Once again, Constitution giving us our stamina back. And number 3 is Strength. Strength is extremely important because it's going to give us a little bit more damage. Now, the other one I recommend is the Thundra in case you don't have it. And you're going to be looking for one that has these stats, which is going to be Strength, Dexterity, Wisdom, and Constitution. Wisdom's not that important. The main ones here is Constitution, Dexterity, and Strength. I personally think that the God Roll is the one I have right here, which gives us Intelligence, Constitution, and Strength. Some people like Dexterity just because it gives you a bit higher crit chance, but I personally think that is the best one you could go with here, the Barbarian. Next up, guys, for our bow, we're going to be using the Lightning Resistance Bow. The reason we're using this one because we have 195 cold damage, extremely, extremely important. If you do not have this one, you're going to want to go with this one right here, which is going to give us the fire resistance bow. Gives us 191 fire damage. Fire is really important, but the reason we run cold damage is because it gives us that snare ability where it traps the enemy in place and freezes them, and it keeps them there for a very, very long time, allowing us to deal with those pesky ogres or any of those enemies that are really annoying that like to charge or throw stuff at you. This is going to hold them back and keep them frozen in place, allowing you to do a ton of damage with that. So those are the ones I would be looking for, either a cold damage one or a fire damage one to do that extra damage when you're using it. Now remember, that's why intellect or intelligence is extremely important, because that is going to be boosted very exponentially, as you saw in the early gameplay. Now, we're running two sets that are going to give us three main things here. So the main one we're running, guys, is the Goblin Reaper. Now, I know a lot of people say, run the Thundra, run the Thundra. I'm not running the Thundra because we're actually already picking up stuff from these particular armor sets that are giving us the bonus from the Thundra. And that's why I said we have 4 abilities or 2 hidden things that we pick up from not only the armor set, but also from our bow. So for the Goblin Reaper, we're getting critical chance, critical damage, and those are the main 2 stats right there. The next goblin set we're using is the chest piece, and this one right here, guys, is going to give us maximum stamina bonus, which is really important because we want our stamina back, and we're also getting the maximum hit bonus at 84, and in addition to that, the other goblin piece, which are the pants, we're getting our stamina regen and maximum stamina. So we're picking up that out, and since we have 3 of these, we're getting a critical hit chance increment. So dexterity is not that big of an issue now, because we're already picking up that plus 8% from there, so we don't have to spend our attributes on dexterity that much, but primarily focus them on intellect and getting our stamina back. The next piece we have for the set is the Battle Hammer. We're rocking 3 pieces of this, and the reason why is we're picking up that 10% cooldown reduction. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is. The main thing here, guys, is we're getting our maximum hit bonus from here. We're also picking up our stamina regen, and we're picking up our ultimate charge bonus, which is extremely important, and our maximum hit bonus. In addition to that, if we get the ring, we're getting a 20% critical chance. So once again, picking up that dexterity right there, critical damage, once again, that dexterity there, and that plus 20% elemental penetration, which is extremely important, because since we're using that cold effect to do damage around for the enemies, it's going to be doing a ton of damage. So just on that alone, we're already picking up that 5% that we would pick up if we were running the Thundra, which with this armor set, we're already picking that already. And that is pretty much the equipment. So how exactly do you want to play this? It's extremely important that you pay close attention. Your main friend and buddy and ally when it comes to this build is your charge shot. You're going to want to make sure you're aiming, and when you're aiming your bow, you want to make sure you charge the shot just like this, and you want to shoot not the enemy, but you want to shoot the ground close to the enemy, because this is going to do an AoE effect, not only causing damage to the enemy, but also the enemy surrounding them. Plus, it's also going to give you that crit shot that it's going to be extremely powerful. In addition to that, that is also going to be causing people to freeze, giving you that snare ability so the enemy is not moving, which makes it really good. Now, once you have the enemy frozen in place, you're going to want to run up to them and do the combo that it's going to apply more physical damage to them, and also apply the elemental damage. In our case, it's going to be the cold damage. As you guys see right there, 47 on that blue, right? That blue is the cold being applied. Now, if you do the combo correctly, we did 48 and 78 plus 350. So as you guys see right here with the combo we're doing a ton of damage right there with applying that frozen effect. As you guys see right there, you saw the frozen effect being applied to that ad. As long as you're doing the combo correctly, you should be able to apply that frozen effect without a problem. So really cool, really effective, as you guys see right there. That is pretty much going to be the main bread and butter. The good thing about Catty is that you don't have to get up close and personal to the enemy. You can actually keep your distance and do a ton of damage. And there you guys have it. This is the best CATTI-BRIE build in the whole entire internet. I hope you guys are enjoying our Dark Alliance coverage. If you are doing me a huge favor, guys, drop a comment, drop a like. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when our video goes live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.